What's going on YouTube? You're watching Fixed by Shaq, and in today's quick tutorial, I'm gonna quickly show you how you can actually find out whether your Apple Watch is original or a fake Apple Watch. This will help you in situations where you want to buy an Apple Watch, for example, specifically if it's a second-hand Apple Watch or even a brand new one, because we do also have really good copies and replicas of Apple Watch, which even come with a proper box that look like original, very well built, and it's hard to actually differentiate from a replica one. Do not worry, you're watching the right video where I'm going to show you how to differentiate and how to find out if your Apple Watch is original and legit. Hey, my name is Shaq, and in this channel I help you fixing tech related issues, and I also share cool tech hacks and fixes as well. So if you're into tech content, consider subscribing here to the YouTube channel. Now, jumping straight into today's video in here, let's start by identifying the Apple Watch. Of course, the first thing you need to do in here is obviously give a look of how it looks like, okay? Usually the Apple Watches have here a square representation or some sort of a rectangle like this, okay? Usually the left and the right sides in here are much longer than the length of the bottom and the top in here. So you do have something like a rectangle, a little bit more close to a rectangle than a square, okay? Now, the next thing, of course, you need to check the number of buttons you do have in here and the normal representation of it. Now, jumping straight into the serial number in here, serial number is something very basic that actually differentiates a fake Apple Watch from an original one. So what you want to do in here is simply flip back your Apple Watch. You want to tap on this button in here and remove the top belt in here, the one that you've got here at the top, okay? So make sure that your Apple Watch is positioned in the correct way where you can actually look correctly and read correctly here everything. And then you want to flip it backwards, tap on this little button in here, and then slide your belt to the right or left. This will allow you to remove the belt here at the top. Keep it aside, and then what you want to do in here is simply look for a serial number that we've got here, okay? I don't know if this is well visible, but we do have a serial number in here after the message which says designed by Apple California. Let me quickly turn on my flashlight here on my phone so you can pretty much see it over here. So we do have a serial number. In my case, it starts with a G and then a J9X, something like that. So double check if you do have a serial number in here. You do need to have a serial number in here because this is very important to identify if you have an original Apple Watch or not. A few duplicate ones do not have anything written in here. So if you do not have anything over there, that's a sign that probably your Apple Watch is not original. Not probably, it's not original at all. Now, the second thing that I would recommend you guys to do is to actually check the coverage of your Apple Watch. Actually, every original Apple Watch which has been manufactured by Apple themselves is actually registered on their database. So you can double check that serial number to see if it shows up or if something comes up from their website to see if Apple recognizes the existence of that serial number. So in order to do that, you're gonna need, for example, an iPhone device or a laptop. That doesn't matter, okay? As long as you're able to go straight into your internet browser and access a specific website. So over here on your internet browser, we're going straight into check, okay? Coverage, there we go, .apple.com. There we go. Tap on OK, and then you want to go straight into this website in here that will allow you to check the coverage of your Apple device. Here we go. We do have, for example, view device coverage and benefits. So in order to check if your Apple Watch is original or any other device, an iPad, a MacBook, an iPhone, you need to type in here the serial number that you've got. And this serial number is exactly this one that is actually here at the top. Now, if you're unable to read it here, for example, for a specific reason, what you can do is actually, for example, let me quickly unlock here my Apple Watch. Oops, I've missed the password. It's 1112. You want to hop into settings here on your Apple Watch. Tap on settings real quick and then tap on general. And next up, you want to tap here on about. Okay, so once you hop into about in here, you'll be able to see your Apple's Watch details. For example, the name, the version, the model, and then you've got in here, down here, serial number. Serial number is pretty much this number that is also written here at the top. As I've showed you, it starts with GJ and then 9X. It's the same that we've got in here. Another thing which is also important to check is to see if this one matches the serial number that you've got on your box. Because if it matches, it means that the box is actually the original box of this Apple Watch in here. Otherwise, you might be having, for example, an original box but a duplicate Apple Watch. That happens a lot. Fake companies or people with not good faith, they usually swap it, okay? They give you an original box, they say, hey, here's the serial number, while the serial number that is actually lying on the Apple Watch is different, okay? So here we go, we do have the serial number. Let's quickly insert it in here. There we go. So we've got GJ, and then we've got a 9, we've got an X here, capital X, and then we've got an M. Next up, we've got a 3 here, and then it's a T, a G, you've got a J once again, and then you've got a 5, we've got an X, we've got 4 in here. Here we go, we've got the serial number inserted in here. Let's tap on submit, wait for a couple seconds, and here we go, your Apple Watch should actually be recognized in here. There we go, we've got Apple Care and Warranty coverage expired on 24th March 2020. Our records indicate that your product isn't covered under Apple's limited warranty or an Apple Care product for hardware repairs and services based on the estimate expiration date. So here we go. Basically, what it's saying is that Apple recognizes that I do have an Apple Watch in here under this serial number. And as you can see, we do have a coverage that previously expired. That means that it existed in the past, which means that this Apple Watch is actually recognized by Apple servers themselves. You do not need to worry about the coverage. All you want to do is make sure if Apple recognizes or if Apple servers recognizes the Apple Watch or not. So here we go. It's recognized, means that your Apple Watch is original and you're good to go. Now, another thing that you need to double check in here is the method of pairing your Apple Watch. For example, most of the duplicate watches or smart watches that we've got need to be paired through Bluetooth. You would need to actually turn on your Bluetooth or download a custom application, which doesn't make any sense, which is not related to the original Apple Watch application. In that case, that most probably indicates that your Apple Watch is duplicate, because the normal Apple Watch is paired actually through the Watch app in here, which is an app that comes here with your iPhone inbuilt. If you're unable to find the Watch app in here, you can simply hop into the App Store real quick and then search simply for Watch here at the top, and you'll be able to find out this application in here. This is the app in here. Open it up and then you'll be able to actually pair it from scratch. It's going to ask you to actually scan your Apple Watch, and once you scan it, it's going to allow you to connect to your Apple Watch. For example, mine is already connected. Let me quickly, for example, reset and tap here on, for example, on erase Apple Watch content and settings. I'll tap on erase all content and settings. It's going to reset or factory reset my Apple Watch real quick, and then I'm going to quickly set it up here from scratch to show you that the scanning process needs to be recognized by Apple servers themselves. There we go. It's now unpairing my Apple Watch. This will take us a couple minutes. Let me quickly wait for it, and then I'm going to show you right now the process of pairing where the app recognizes the Apple Watch. Now, if you're trying to pair and your app doesn't recognize this Apple Watch, that means that your Apple Watch is a duplicate one because it's not recognized by the original app here, which comes inbuilt with your iPhone device. So here we go. My Apple Watch has now been reset to factory settings and it has been unpaired from my device. As you can see in here, if I tap on I and let me quickly set up this basic information. Let me tap on English, my language, and then let's select our region here. Let me quickly scroll it down here using this little swivel down here. There we go. I'll be going with United States as of now. And then in here, let me tap on Start Pairing by opening the app. Next up, you're gonna open up your Watch app here on your iPhone device. You'll tap on Start Pairing, set up for yourself, for example, and then you need to position your camera here on this specific Apple Watch representation or identification in here. This will let you know if your Apple Watch is original or not. If it's not, it will not scan or something will happen. But if it is, it's going to recognize in here and it will inform you that your Apple Watch is now paired. This is a crucial step and the final one that will let you know if your Apple Watch is original or not. If it is, it's going to pair with the original app of the watch. Otherwise, it will not. It will require you a different third-party application in here. This is how you can double check if you do have an original Apple Watch or not. Thank you so much for making it till the end of the video, and if you find my content useful, consider subscribing and like the video. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching Fixed by Shaq, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.